Okay, I think everything's set up now. Yes, indeed. It is cringe day today. We are going back. Oh, jeepers. But yeah, it is cringe day. Hey, Kite. What's up, dude? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we're reading cringe again. My knee's doing awesome, dude. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh no. Oh no, the cringe is gonna happen today. Well, because today is cringe day, my guy. There's we're gonna be reading Sonic High School in today's stream. And oh dear, it is cringe. It's cringe day, my dudes. Yep, it sure is. I'm gonna keep with the tradition of using the fanfic sins. Your asshole can't handle that level of cringe. I don't think anyone's could, man. It's like really, really, really stale Taco Bell. It's just something that you need to. Oh God. Just okay. So, I guess we should just be all happy that I'm not reading Dipper Goes to Taco Bell, because you want some awful cringe. that story. Ew. I don't say that about very many things, but ew. It's so bad. At the same time, it's hilarious, so I'm significantly less bothered by the fact that it exists. Oh yeah, I should probably do my YouTube intro. I got so caught up in the cringe that I'm just idly peeking. We're peeking right now. Hello, how you doing? I see you all there. Wondering, waiting, getting ready to be astonished by cringe. I see you there, watching through the internet. Why, yes. I am peeking more than chicken right now. I'm such a stupid joke. You know what I should do at some point if I ever get a very big concurrent audience? I should have a contest in which... Uh-oh. Oh no. I broke it. I broke it? Yeah, I broke it. I got the mean lean. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. I'm going full smooth criminal. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. I'm doing good, Stone Age. How you doing? You're a philosopher now and not a nerd. What's happening? What have you done? Please tell me, sir. Do you have a whole bunch of you ranked up? Fair enough. That must mean that you have a lot of wonderful insights on your Play-Doh. Oh no, they're not. They're an evolved form of nerd. So you go from one to the other. It's like Pokemon. That's just how it be, you know? Either that or it's like Digimon, where you just digivolve from nerd to philosopher. Hang on, I'm gonna actually snooze the ad break. That's good, dude. And yet Kite is both. For sure, for sure. Heck yeah. Alright, let's see. I should probably just rip the band-aid off and just go straight into the cringe. Oh, good lord. Oh, there it is. I don't think we're ready. I certainly am not. Every time I have to do one of these, I'm just like, oh, good lord, here we go. The cringe. The cringe, it approaches. Oh, come on, Ed. You know what? You can break the ice. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's see. I'm gonna make this just a little bit bigger. By the way, just a bit of a disclaimer. This story, you could tell when it was written. Let me just put it that way. There's a lot of crap in this story that eesh. Let's see now. I mean, I know it's funny coming from me to have a disclaimer now, but as hard as a bone and like a snake with one eye. Well, you'll see what I mean. Anyway, we've already... Okay, actually, I'm going to go back one chapter just so I could read you guys something... like... So, the author of the story is incredibly homophobic. So, you're going to be incredibly amused by the incredible level of just hilarious right here. Just for context, SBO and Knuckles were fighting right now because both of them ended up like getting Ruga the Bat pregnant and having babies. Which, you know, it gestated and then popped the baby out in like one day. Stone Age Sage. That sounds baller as hell, man. That sounds real baller. That's your next upgrade, Stone Age. You're going to be the Stone Age Sage. But what if we used polymerization on you? Would you then be... Like, what if we used Time Wizard and polymerization on Stone Age? Then he would be Stone Age Sage. You're mono, not poly, so... That's funny. No polymerization for you then, I guess. Stone Age Sage doesn't go to the extra deck. Alright, but yeah. So the author of the story is incredibly homophobic, but I just need to read this section to you. To you guys, just so that you have some idea of what we're working with here. And then I'll go back to where I left off. Knuckles and Espio were both bloody and gross looking, like two waiters who were holding messy foods and then walked into each other, causing the meals to launch into the air and then fall down on them and ruin the nice clothes they got from the store. They were breathing hard and they were tired, but they kept going, jumping and kicking and punching and running. It looked like two people doing a dance, but hitting each other also. Knuckles kicked his feet out at Espio, but Espio jumped up and dodged them, and came back down and hit Knuckles in the mouth and knocked him to the floor or ground. "Is this enough yet? Are we done?" shouted Espio to Knuckles. Oh, apparently a sage means a previously... No, a profoundly wise man. Yeah, I guess you'll be that. Yeah, you should be. As I shrink into the background. Oh my goodness, I don't know why my camera does this. But we're gonna fix it real quick. Okay, there we go. There we go. Is this enough yet? Are we done? Shouted Espio to Knuckles. How will this ever end? Knuckles looked up from the ground at Espio standing over him. Knuckles had a twinkle in his eye as he looked up at Espio and crawled towards him. I'm just bite-sized, dear God. Let's see. Knuckles had a twinkle in his eye as he looked up at Espio and crawled towards him. Espio did not do anything, but watched him and feel dangerous. Come closer, said Knuckles in a whisper voice, so Espio bent down and put his face to Knuckles's. Knuckles looked up and down Espio's sweaty purple body and into his eyes and said, I respect you, and then grabbed his face as gentle as a deer and kissed him on the mouth. When Knuckles kissed him, he did it extra hard, sometimes with his eyes shut and sometimes looking into Espio's deep yellow eyes that looked like a circus of loving men. Kai. The chicken emotes. Their tongues met in the middle of their mouths like two chicken cutlets that were acting like cats that loved each other. God, the descriptions in this story. When Espio was watching fighting videos last night, he was not expecting he was going to have to do kissing too. But he liked it. They went on kissing for a full minute while everyone watched, wondering if they were done fighting or just taking a break to kiss. Finally, the back part of Knuckles' body began to lift off the ground while his mouth was still making out with Espio. Eventually, the power became so strong that his mouth was removed from Espio, and their spit was like a shiny extension cord that connected an appliance to a wall outlet. Knuckles then began to glow while floating in the air, and the whole place became a little windy. Let's see, +5 sins. For someone who's homophobic, that's a really in-depth explanation of two men kissing. Oh wait, no, I need to finish. I actually have to finish this too, because this bit is... Ooh, this is the last time on Dragon Ball Z moment. On the side, Tails said to Cream, Wow, I know what this is. This is a rare moment of science we will never see probably again in a lifetime or ever. It's called a body donation, and it was invented by Einstein, which is supposed to be Einstein for context. It is when someone reaches a moment of such powerful love that they could choose to restart their lives as a part of the person they love. Einstein invented this by making his wife love him so much one night during a romance pasta dinner that she became a baby. That was like him. But then he killed his wife because the baby because he thought it was too dangerous to have her live on in the world without testing it in a laboratory first. It is a fact that if it looks like magic, it is not magic. It is science. So deal with it. It is science, so deal with it. +10 sins. What the actual fuck just happened? Knuckles glided on the wind forward through the crowd of people in front of him and into Rouge's mouth, where he disappeared into. It was a good thing that Rouge's baby had premonitions and told her to lie down, as then Knuckles did a U-turn in Rouge's sex-filled body and came out of her butt as a newborn baby that looked like Espio. This was all science. This was all science, by the way. No magic here. No. Because, you know, when you love someone that much... Never mind, I'm not... That deserves more than +1? Sin counter. Currently, we had a change of 49 sins, when we're at a total of 372. And apparently the editor's favorite sentence was, when Knuckles kissed him, he did it extra hard, but sometimes with his eyes shut, and sometimes looking into Espio's deep yellow eyes that looked like a circus of loving men. Oh, good lord. Okay. Now that we've done the last time on Dragon Ball Z, let's keep going. That baby is Espio's, said Tails. Tails, being smart, was right. No shit. Knuckles had done an intestine body donation and became Espio and Rouge's baby, but was still Knuckles. Rouge picked the baby up and held him in her other arm, because her baby with Knuckles before he became a baby was in her other arm. That was a clunky sentence. It is a fun line. Not good, but fun. Nothing about this is good, man. Nothing about this. Let's see. Held him in her other arm because her baby with Knuckles before he became a baby was in her other arm. God, that's a clunky sentence. Now you have 2 babies to look after, said Tails. Good luck. Sonic was on the other side of the hall and wished that Tails was talking to him, but Tails was still mad at him, so he was not. Rouge grabbed her 2 babies and had them both eat from her terrific boobs. She smiled and it felt like a mother, and Sonic thought, well, I mean, she's literally a mom, dude. And Sonic said what he was thinking and said, Rouge, you should name your babies. It will be hard to tell them apart if you do not. Rouge thought that this was a... What? Rouge thought that this thought was good. Oh god, that's hard to read. Rouge went over to Espio, who was sitting on the ground, looking bad and tired from fighting Knuckles before he became Espio's baby. Hey, Espio, what should we name our baby that looks like you? Said Rouge to Espio. It is still Knuckles according to Tails, so we should keep his name, Knuckles, said Espio to Rouge. Okay, said Rouge, and I will name my baby with Knuckles before he became a baby, Knuckles Jr., because I had him with Knuckles before he became a baby, and he looks like Knuckles, but oh dear God, and he looks like Knuckles before he became a baby. That wasn't redundant at all. Sheesh. Rouge was happy and walked out of the hall, and then out of the school like a bat. So did she, like, leave like Batman? Frowny face from Mr. McRae. I think most of my circuitry is having that same expression, my guy. It is indeed very painful. It's also hilarious. Let's see. Let's see. Walked out of the hall in like a school like a bat. I still have no idea what that would even look like unless she's pretending to be, you know, Batman with kids. And then Espio did the same thing, but in a way that was like a chameleon would instead. Okay. So he walked out on all fours and licked his own eyeball. Good to know. There is one thing that everyone is forgetting, said Sonic. Charmybee is still locked up in Knuckles' house. I will go rescue him. Sonic ran out of the school and to Knuckles' house. Sonic ran into Knuckles' mom on the way to his room in his house. Knuckles' mom, said Sonic. Some things happened and Knuckles looks different. It will be okay. You will understand soon enough. Please do not worry. You know, that's a thing that you say to someone's mom. Some shit just went down, but don't worry. You'll get it. It's the circle of life. Okay, no. I'm singing to try and put off the fact that this story exists. All right, let's see. Where was I? Sonic said this in such a way that Knuckles' mom smiled and kept cooking in the kitchen. Sonic was not just fast, but also very good at relieving people. I wouldn't be relieved at all if someone told me my son was going to look different and I'd get it once he gets home. I wouldn't get it at all. Sonic also noticed that Knuckles' mom was kind of hot, with solid boobs that she had developed for decades. Sonic went upstairs to Knuckles' room, which was painted all red, just like Knuckles before he became a baby. Thank you for telling us that. We didn't know. There was a cage in the corner of the room, and Charmy Bee was in it. Plus two, Dark Doom Fire Master has a MILF fetish, and Knuckles' mom has no reaction whatsoever to her son being regressed into an infant. I think that should be +5, but that's just me. Sonic unlocked the cage with the key on Knuckles' desk and opened the cage. "Come on out, Charmy Bee," said Sonic. "You are rescued." Charmy walked out instead of flying out like he always does and said, "Thanks, Sonic. I am going to go home and prepare for my role in the play. That is soon. I am the lead role." Sonic forgot about the play because the play was the gayest thing in the school. But it was going to happen even if no one went to watch it. I just want you to remember that line and then remember the last the last bit where the author spent an entire paragraph talking about how two dudes making out looked like a circus of loving men. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Charmy is still nice. Let's see, +6. Charmy is still nice to Sonic when his friends constantly call him slurs and belittle him. Indeed. The next day of school happened and Tails was in the class with Cream. It was a very difficult science class because Tails was the smartest person in the school and he only took the hardest classes. Cream was in the class because she wanted to be mentally challenged. "We have a test in this class tomorrow," said Tails to Cream. "It is going to be hard and I have to study for it to make sure that I get a good grade." Tails always got good grades, but studied anyway. Tails looked at Cream, who was there. "Me too," said Cream to Tails. "I know, I have an idea. Why don't you come over to my house tonight and we can study? Studying with you will help me get a better grade. I just know it." This idea was the best thing ever to Tails. Tails secretly had a crush on Cream and wanted to feel the body. Oh, God. Wanted to feel the body of his sexy friend, even though she was Charmy Bee's girlfriend. Cream was a different kind of sexy that was only really sexy to some people, but Tails was one of them. Oh, God. So, Tails is a pervert, is what we're getting here. "Okay," said Tails, sounding more excited than he wanted to. "I will come to your house tonight." Tails was very smart, but he was not the best at getting with teenage women. So parts of life like this were a challenge to Tails. It was now this evening. Not even any transition, thank you. And Tails was getting ready to go to Cream's house. Tails was excited to get closer to Cream, but he was also nervous that he might mess it up. Like a love idiot. He thought about asking Sonic, but then remembered he is pissed at him. Then he thought about asking Espio. But Espio was at the hospital getting all of his wounds fixed from being in a fight with Knuckles before he became a baby. Tails wanted to seem like a sexy man to Cream, so he sprayed his dad's colon. I know it's supposed to say cologne, but colon. His dad's colon. Ew, do what? Do what? Hang on, I have to look something up. Because I just thought of something else. It's even funnier. Good Lord. I am dead. I have died. Me too, bro. Me too. But I have to know this. Do fox have scent glands? Yes, foxes... Oh, wait, that's an AI answer. Do I trust my cousin? I'm going to trust my cousin. Yes, foxes have many scent glands that help... Oh my god. Okay, so he feasibly could have used his dad's colon. Oh no. I'm not gonna say what was on my mind. I'll save it to the end if I even remember. Let's see. He sprayed his dad's colon on himself and put breath wash in his mouth. You know, when you need to smell like your dad's ass and have your breath smell nice too. Tails smelled good and looked good and went to Cream's house by flying. Come on, author. Come on, editor. That's more than a +1. That at least has to be like 5. Tails almost certainly covers himself in feces by spraying his dad's colon on himself. I am waiting for Tails, said Cream as she sat on her bed in her bedroom, studying without Tails. Tails flew into the window. Ow. They forgot to open the window, I'm sorry. Hi, Cream. I'm at your house now, said Tails. Tails sat on her bed, sort of next to her, but not too close to promote sex thoughts. Sure. Let's study, said Tails. Wow, before we study, you smell good, Tails. Cream put her face right up against Tails and smelled hard like the big bad wolf before blowing a house down. She got a good sniffer on him, I guess. +1, Tails used a colon and smells like shit. I love the editor and their little inclusions. Tails laughed all nervously and said, Do I really? Oh, thanks. I always smell this way. I guess you just notice when you are home. Tails did a little wiggle on her bed and pushed her face and body away because he was nervous. Please, let's study. Tails and Cream studied for the test the next hour, and the whole time Tails could only concentrate on one thing, his growing erection. I wonder what that is. I am innocent to this word, erection. I know what an erection is, not an erection. Tails touched it sometimes while they were studying to make sure it stayed put and Cream could not see it. But it was getting so big that it would pop out of place like when the straw in your soda rises up, probably because of the bubbles. And you push it back down. But it comes back up anyway, so you get iced tea instead. Tails was still the most nervous, but he decided that this was his chance. He would not get another chance as good as this if he did not take it now. Cream, I have to tell you something, screamed Tails to Cream. Aren't they sitting right next to each other? Letting up all his nervousness so he could be smooth like a movie star. What is it, Tails? Tell me all about it, said Cream back, looking hot. Oh, God. Tails was not so nervous anymore. Tails said, Cream, I have lusted after your rabbit genitals since day one. Why would you phrase it like that? The abject horror on my face. Oh, mine too. Oh, no. I'm dying. I'm dead. I may depart this stream. Holy balls. I think I'm dead. The abject. Mine too, man. Mine too. Believe me, if my robot face could express a little more. Yeah, you can see that. Oh, this is going to be terrible. Okay, let's see. Okay. There's no humor here. Only rabbit genitals. Cream, I have lusted after your rabbit genitals since day one. I think you are the hottest woman I've ever been to. I know you're Charmy's girlfriend, but toss him aside and let my penis murder everything inside of you. Why? Why like that? Oh my god. That is... Oh. Oh no. Every time I die, my model breaks. Frick. We're just gonna stand there. Hang on. Murder everything inside. I was not prepared for that line. I forgot it existed. Murder everything inside of you. Oh, it's so bad. Holy. Tails took out his penis and he was so in love that his penis was literally screaming. Literally screaming dick. Okay. Plus 12. Tails' penis has the capacity to talk and apparently screams. Extra sin for his eloquent profession of love. Extra sin for adultery. Poor fucking Charmy. Me too, Tails' dick. Me too. I'm screaming too, man. Wow, said Cream. I did not know you felt this way, but I am glad you do, because Charmy B is a total gay. Remember the last chapter with the Circus of Loving Men? I'm going to keep bringing that up every time they make a gay joke at Charmy's expense. Cream reached over and grabbed Tails' penis. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. Angry chicken. Let's see. Cream reached over and grabbed Tails' penis and began to give it a good shake. She loved his boner with her hands and pulled him around the room by his penis like he was a wagon to get him more excited. Tails' penis was so big that it was about to burst like someone stepping on a tube of Colgate toothpaste. Tails could feel the semen building up inside his penis, like Santa going back up the chimney when he was done, and the presents he had left down. Yep. The urge to make a Mount Vesuvius joke. Bubbling? Yep. It is evidently bubbling. Let's see, like Santa going back up the chimney when he was done, and the presents he had left down in the house were Tails' balls, which were already there, though. Cream was getting hot, too. She did not take off her clothes, but Tails could tell she also had an erection. Plus 6, more people calling Charmy gay, and Cream has an erection. I am confident this writer has never seen a penis. I agree. You should have seen the earlier chapters, man. Because when Espio and Rouge were fricking, apparently she got an erection too. But just when things were becoming like one of those porns that Sonic had in his room and his mom let him have, Cream stopped and said, "No, I cannot do this. Not while I am still boyfriend and girlfriend with Charmy. He may be a fag ass. What? But we are in a relationship and I need to respect him. I will break up with him tomorrow and then we can do sex." Oh my god. Remember the Circus of Loving Men. Cream collected her things together. "I think I am ready for the test tomorrow. Thanks, Tails." Oh man, said. Why did I make it sound like Morty there? There was no studying. I agree. There was no studying. Oh man, said Tails. Tails put his scrotum away and was sad about not getting to ejaculate his dick. Okay, as long as you promise me your sex. I promise, said Cream, and then Cream kissed Tails on the cheek. Tails thought it was cool and flew back home. +9, Cream pulls Tails by his penis. Sin deducted for Cream not going the whole way with Tails. Sin counter, +37. Total, 409. Favorite sentence. Tails wanted to seem like a sexy man to Cream, so he sprayed his dad's colon on himself and put breath wash in his mouth. I agree, that was my favorite line too. I had to digress to see if foxes actually had... I had to digress to make sure that frickin' foxes had scent glands. Let's see. It was a new day and Sonic woke up from his bed and scratched his balls. Wow, we're starting off strong, ain't we? He could feel the rash on his balls and it was getting worse than before. A sickness still ravages my balls. Why was that so Shakespearean? And Sonic, as he wrote it in his journal, that he now had back from Tails when he took it from school after Sonic had given it away to miss his lesson. Sonic was done complaining about his balls and went to school. In history class, he talked to Amy. Hey, Amy. Said Sonic to Amy. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of thrown by the last chapter. Hi, Sonic. And Amy kissed him hotly like a girlfriend. What is up? No, wait. No, that's Sonic talking. What is up? Said Sonic to Amy. It's awful. I have bad news. Said Amy to Sonic. That stinks. You want to have sex later? What the fuck, Sonic? She just said that she has bad news, you prick. Oh, dear God. No, thank you. Everything is so busy right now, said Amy to Sonic. My bad news is that I have to go see the play tonight for a class. Why is that a bad thing? Wow, that is unfair, said Sonic to Amu. Sonic? Sonic? Who is Amu? Even the principal says the play is super gay, but I guess you have to go. Sorry. The school play was so gay. +5 sins. Apparently the principal said that a school play was gay. Oh, my goodness, this story. I wanted to know if you would come with me, said Amy in a way to Sonic that sounded like she was trying to be attractive. I mean, presumably if they're dating, they are attracted. Never mind. I'm not gonna argue the logistics of Sonic Land. The play will be much better with someone else there. That is the real bad news. I do not want to go near the play, but I will go so we can have sex later. +5 for misogyny. I agree. Should we make that a +10 modifier, actually? I think we should. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Said Sonic back to Amy. Amy kissed Sonic, and so did Sonic to Amy. And they made such a cute hot couple. And Sonic and Amy had the rest of the class, and Sonic went to another class thinking about how much it was gonna suck. Let's split the difference and call it a +50. You drive a hard bargain, sir. I do believe that will be a +50. Anyway, where was I? Let's see, then Sonic and Amy had the rest of the class, and Sonic went to another class, thinking about how much it was gonna suck that he has to go to the play tonight. The play was just a bunch of people doing gay things and music, like a car full of losers. Jeez, dude. It's just a play. Calm down. Sonic was now in a different class, where Rouge and Shadow were also in the class. Rouge was with Knuckles, and Knuckles Jr. Oh, I thought it was going to repeat Knuckles twice. Let's see. 2. Like always now. What? Wait, what? What was that sentence? Sonic was now in a different class, where Rouge and Shadow was also in the class. Rouge was with Knuckles, and Knuckles Jr. 2, like always now. What? Excuse me? Ad break in 30 seconds. I'm going to use this opportunity to take a drink of water. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my god. This story is killing me. The story is killing me, and also my sanity. See, during the ad break, I'm also going to mention every time this happens, every time, I'm going to keep reminding Circus of Loving Men. Actually, I'm going to look that up as an image. Let's see. Circus of Loving Men. Let's see. Every time they make a gay joke in this story, I am now going to show this picture right here. We're going to open the image in a new tab. Every time they make a gay joke, I'm going to just flash over to this page. Just because I think it needs to be reminded. So every time a gay joke happens, we're coming to this page. As a staunch reminder of what happened earlier. Or actually, I have a better idea. Let's see. Knuckles X SBO. I ruined my search history for you guys. Okay. Every time a gay joke happens, we're coming to this page. Wait, as if it dies. That's not what I was looking for, but sure. Let's see. Let's go to image in a new tab. There we go. This will now show up on screen every time they make a gay joke. Oh, Lord Almighty. I just need everyone to be reminded of that. For all the authors, homophobia. That was a thing at one point in this story. Alright, let's see. Ad break ended. Your community is back. Alright. We're back. We have an image that I'm going to show every time they make a gay joke. It's this one, so that everyone remembers what happens in this story. Okay. Sonic was now in a different class, where Rouge and Shadow were also in the class. Rouge was like always now. Okay, I already read that. Hey, Sonic, said them to Sonic together at the same time to save time. What is new? Said Sonic to them. Charmy has been acting really weird. Oh wait, this is Shadow. I have to put on the Shadow voice. Charmy has been acting really weird and different lately, said Shadow in a dark way, which is like him. Yes, we know he's edgy. He is probably nervous for the play, said Rouge suggestively. I would not make any assumptions, but we should keep an eye on him to make sure he is okay, said Knuckles Jr. Knuckles Jr. turned out to be a really cool baby. I foresee something strange at the play tonight. The play is gay, said everyone together, agreeing. Everyone knew it. +5, gay is an insult. Yep. I actually think that should be a +50. How are you and Tails doing? Said Shadow to Sonic. Tails still hates my body inside and outside. How do you know that? Bruh, how do you know that? He just hates you. Normal hate. said Sonic with almost tears in his eyes. But he was too big and a man for that. Sure. It is so hard to be best friends with someone who hates you and does not want to talk to you. I know how you say it, said Shadow. A lot of people hate me because I am dark, said Shadow. But I am not trying to be a supervillain. It is just who I am. Shadow squinted his eyes at the people around him in a way that is hard to describe and kept going. I do crimes in the city, but I am not a bad person. You could do bad things and mistakes and sometimes... Wait. And mistakes sometimes and still be a good person. And people should still like you for it. Unless you're a really bad person like Eggman, who is a shit dick. What? Okay. That was a creative insult. Maybe one day people will see I am a good person, even if dark. Sure, dude. Sonic listened to Shadow and said so powerfully that it was like Sonic wrote down everything on a piece of paper and put it in a special folder, and put that folder in a safe place so he could always go back to read it. Then Sonic itched at his balls. His balls were a wreck. That class ended and the rest of school did too, and Sonic went home thinking about how his balls were like two blimps covered in volcanoes that could fit on the blimps and itched as well. Ayo? Ayo, you want to run that by me again? +1. Dark Doomfire Master seems really preoccupied and interested with Sonic's balls. Truth. When Sonic got to his home, Sonic's mom walked up to him and said, Sonic, I went to clean your room and saw what you wrote about your gay ball problems. I am worried about your balls and I fear it could be a mortal illness, so I made a doctor's appointment. What? Appointment. But first we will have dinner. I got more Chinese food because I know how much you liked it last time. +6. Appointment. And Sonic's mom even says his ball problems are gay. Good lord. Don't read my journal, Mom! So screams Sonic. Then Sonic went and ate the food, and just like last time, would you know it? There was a fortune cookie, and Sonic opened it and ate the cookie part and kept the paper inside to read the magical fortune on the paper. He looked at the paper and read it, and it said, one man's pubic illness will cause the death of millions. What? Okay, I'm sorry that I turned into every tuber that I said I'd never be, but oh my god. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Oh my god. One man's pubic illness will cause the death of millions. Oh my god. I forgot that. I'm remembering everything about this story now. I only really remember the first half. What the crap? Some people did not believe what Fortune Cookie said, but Sonic knew they were magic and were always right. So he was a little worried and wondered what it could mean. +1. Why the fuck is that in a fortune cookie? That's a good question. Then Sonic went to the doctor. Sonic did not like going to the doctor because he was Chinese. Excuse me? Wow, okay, you're racist now, Sonic. You're now racist. Congratulations. And made him feel nervous. Nerves. Sonic went into his doctor room and sat on the chair that the doctor told him to. The doctor took out some papers and looked at them. Hello, Sonic. It's been a while since I saw you last. Sonic's mom tells me you are having problems with your balls. I am going to do some tests on you, but first I am going to look at your papers. I see from looking at your papers that your balls and penis are the biggest in your high school. Good job, Sonic. What? The doctor said. Sonic appreciated the truth and nodded his head and smiled. It was okay to talk about your penis and balls with the doctor because that is what they do, even if it automatically makes them gay. What? 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 What's the logic behind that? The doctor made a lot of money being gay, so it's probably worth it. +1. Ah, yes, all male doctors are gay because they talk about the male genitalia. Oh my god. Then the doctor started doing tests. Sonic passed all of them awesomely, and even the doctor was surprised at how Sonic was the best at everything, except being smart. At least they acknowledged that he's an idiot, which Tails was the best at, but Sonic was still pretty smart too. Oh, okay, never mind. Then they got to the last test, which was about Sonic's balls. The doctor took out a test tube and filled it with pieces from Sonic's balls. And he tested them with machines. The machines printed out reports about it, and the doctor took them and looked at them with his very, very Chinese eyes. I think this needs to be +100, but sure. This looks bad, said the doctor, looking at the reports that the machines printed out about Sonic's balls. It looks like you have a big disease. Uh-oh, what do I do? Said Sonic to the doctor. Really worried about the welfare of his balls? I do not know. This is a legendary disease that only comes around once every 1 million years. No one has ever found a cure for this disease, and what it can do is very bad. This disease will go from your balls to your penis, then up to your brain, and it can kill you eventually. So he has cancer. He has cancer. Okay. There are other things that it does probably, but I do not know because it is so rare, and you will just have to call me up and tell me what it does when you find out. All I can tell you right now, Sonic, is to keep your balls away from everyone you know. Do not touch them to other people because it will spread and they will die. Okay, so not cancer, but like, is he a leper? What is this? What disease is this? And it will spread more, and the whole world may be at stake. Maybe it's stake here. Please be safe, said the doctor in a calm way, but also scared because it was so serious. I'm sorry. The steak thing I have to make a digression for. That just makes me go back to the days of My Immortal when I read that on stream. When Ebony tried to stake herself through the heart. +10. Sonic has a terminal ball disease that can kill the entire human population. No, but I have to have my first sex with Amy. We were going to do it at the play, which I'm going to from here, said Sonic, crying, sad and mad and afraid of things. Balls were an important part of 6. Sonic was always so healthy and the fastest person ever. Good job. But some things just cannot be stopped, like this ball disease. Too bad, said the doctor. If you do that, it will be awful, and the first person to die will be Amy. You should not want your girlfriend to die. The doctor was right, but Sonic was still worried about it. Sonic, you suck. Okay, well, I have to go to the play now. And said Sonic and ran out with the most nervous feelings that Sonic has ever had. Sonic thought about it, and it was the most important high school drama. What is more important, health or love? +1, health. Health is more important. Sin counter, change +40, 449. Favorite sentence, you could do bad things and mistakes sometimes and still be a good person. And people should still like you for it, unless you're a really bad person, like Eggman, who is a shit dick. Oh my goodness. Okay. A cool car raced through the city streets. Said the car. Is he driving Lightning McQueen? Please tell me he's driving Lightning McQueen. Said the car as it went down the big street with lots of other cars on it. The city was full of buildings with lights and other things with lights and other things like places like McDonald's. Shouted the car as it went back and forth, going in between other cars. So it did not have to wait in traffic. The car was playing techno and rock and roll music. Techno is short for technology. Reek! Yelled the car, doing a big turn into the city intersection. No, into section, excuse me. +3. Shadow's car has the capacity to speak and talks more than once. One sin for every time the fucker talks. Location update on the Ultra Chaos Emerald, said the driver of the car. The car screen blinked to different things, and then a robot voice said, "Beep, beep, Ultra Chaos Emerald getting closer." Shadow looked at the map screen and drove faster towards the red dot. That was where the last Ultra Chaos Emerald was. Beep, 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 said the car in a robot voice as Shadow got closer to the dot while driving his car. It was just around the corner now. Shadow did another fast turn in this intersection, and right to where the red dot was on the map was. Beep, 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 screamed the car in a robot voice as his car dot and the Ultra Chaos Emerald dot on the map moved into each other. That is a clunky sentence. This whole thing is clunky. What am I complaining about? And in the real world, Shadow pulled up to the curb, and there was a couple of gang men. "Thanks, Omega," said Shadow as he hopped out of the car, which was black and red, and onto the city street. He looked... I'm not reading that. But Shadow knew that they had Ultra Chaos Emerald. Shadow took out a gun and pointed it at them and said, "Give me the last Ultra Chaos Emerald." And they looked surprised and startled, checked their pockets, and while they were doing that, the gun became used and Shadow shot all three of them. They were now dead. Shadow reached into the middle one's pocket and found what he came for. The last Ultra Chaos Emerald. They were like the regular Chaos Emeralds, but more powerful and a secret until they were found out. Shadow hopped back into his car, Omega the robot car, and said, "I got it. Now, I can get one wish to come true. I am going to think about what I will use it on before I use it." Shadow looked at the map and said, "Get me directions to the hamburger restaurant." Omega changed some screens and said in a robot voice, "Beep, boop, bop, hamburger restaurant, location found. It is over here." And Shadow looked where the dot was. It was right nearby, so Shadow drove there with more loud sounds. +2. Shadow goes to a restaurant after killing 3 people and the Chaos Emeralds being an obvious MacGuffin. The Chaos Emeralds are not the Triforce. You cannot make wishes with them. I think we should say that they're not the Dragon Balls, but, whatever. Shadow went to the drive-thru and got a hamburger and fries and sat in the parking lot in Omega and ate it. "This is great. I love this place. It is always the best place that I love to come to after I finish a crime, said Shadow darkly. Omega did not need food because he was a robot shaped into a car. Sure. Shadow finished eating and threw the garbage into Omega's trash hole, where he turned litter into gasoline, which was useful. Then Shadow took his penis out. Author couldn't resist, could he? Unrecognized item in trash hole, error, said Omega. That's my penis, man, said Shadow to Omega. What is happening right now? Penis not trash, not allowed in trash hole, said Omega to Shadow. +10. Shadow puts his cock into a car's trash hole. Wait, wasn't it supposed to turn that into gasoline? So, sure. Shadow couldn't fit all of his big, strong penis into Omega's trash hole anyway, so he took it out and gave Omega a taste of his balls too. What is happening? Omega did not recognize Shadow's balls as trash either, which was good. I mean, given how much of this happens, I think it should. And then Shadow put his balls back and started to drive off with his hand still on his penis. Is he jacking it while he's driving? What? Where is Silver's house? Said Shadow to Omega while he rubbed real quick and hard on his penis with one hand while his other was driving. Omega updated his map and showed where Silver's house was on the other side of the dark city. Shadow kept empowering his penis with one hand as he drove faster and more dangerously. Soon his penis was so big he could hardly see in front of him anymore. What? And he was zigzagging across the street trying to keep both his penis and his car in control. What? Then he put both hands of his on his penis and made it all do all sorts of things until it was done. And his penis redecorated the inside of Omega with white curtain. Brother. Why? +2. And Shadow's penis gets so erect it can cover the windshield. Also, his semen is so potent it appears as white paint. Just so you know, that's my semen, said Shadow to Omega. Omega knew that already. Shadow put both of his hands back on the steering wheel and drove faster. But suddenly some loud sounds and flashing lights came up behind him. Walk, walk, walk. The police is following you. Oh dear, said Omega. Shadow decided to follow the laws and stopped his car in the street and waited for the police to come over to him. Shadow's penis was still big though, so he tucked it under his leg on the right and it stuck up in the middle of Omega the car, and Shadow put his hand on it. The police came over to the front window of Omega and looked at Shadow inside. Cool vehicle, said the police. Thanks, said Shadow to the police back. Okay, do you know that you were breaking a law by going that fast back and forth on the street? Said the police to Shadow, sounding more like Mrs. Lesson than a real person. Yeah, I do. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sir, please take your hand off the gear stick in the middle. They are not making this joke right now. Sir, please take your hand off the gear stick in the middle of the car right now, the police said to Shadow. Listen. Oh no. I'm not reading that one. Shadow looked at the police and laughed and said, "That's not a gear stick. That is my penis." And drove off before the police could really say anything or really even react at all. "You have broken another law," said Omega to Shadow. Shadow laughed because he could see the police far behind him, giving up and going to look for an easier criminal. "Now," said Shadow, "let's get to Silver's house." Shadow drove the car fast to Silver's house on the other side of the city, and when he got there, he braked the car so that he braked the car so hard that the sound it made was like hearing the world's largest bird get punched in his tummy. Sure. Shadow honked the horn, and when he finished honking the horn, Silver jumped out of the window and onto the street and into the side seat of Omega. +1. Silver somehow makes an Olympic jump directly into Omega's side seat. "Hey, Shadow, thanks for the ride," said Silver. "Cool curtains you put up." Don't ask where he got them. Or why the car smells like squid. Shadow laughed and said, "No problem. Now, if I do not hurry up by driving fast, you will be late for the play." Silver said, "Do not worry, we'll get there in time." Silver was another big role in the play, but he was not a huge gay like Charmy B. Silver was kind of like Silver was kind of like Sonic, but less fast. Sonic also had the best morals. The best morals. I'm just going to let that hang in the air right now. I don't think Sonic does have the best morals, author. I think he doesn't. I think he doesn't. I don't think he do. The wind is very loud here right now. Let's see. But maybe Silver dressed better. But that was kind of gay too. Okay. Silver did have this big hair thing in front that looked like a marijuana. Though, so maybe Sonic was better at being stylish anyway. It is hard to tell because Silver lived in the city, which was kind of far away from the high school. Shadow stepped on the gases, and the car went away through the city into the moonlight. So into the moonlight and towards out of the city to the high school. Frick. Sin counter plus 28. I'm gonna bump this up to 600. Favorite sentence? Penis not trash, not allowed in trash hole, said Omega to Shadow. Pfft. I think that's as much brain rot as my circuits will allow for right now. Ugh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Ugh. I forgot that this story is brutal. especially on my processor. Holy balls. And I don't mean that in the punny way. Oh, good lord. I'm so glad to be getting back into Bad Bytes and reading these trashy stories. We are going to finish Sonic High School all the way to the end. I know Mr. Twitch is going to get very upset with me, though, for this story. Whew. And I promise it's only gonna get worse from here. All of my memories of this are starting to flow on back. But you know, I think I need to lie down now. Oh, crap. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy what I do, please follow me on YouTube or on my Twitch. They use the same name that I do, so yeah. you could follow me there. If you're on YouTube, follow my Twitch. I also use the same name. Anyway, this has been Byte the Robot with another bad Bytes. And oh god, it was bad. And I will see you all in the next one. Probably sometime tonight when I play some Dark Souls 3 or something. Or MechWarrior. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I think I need a bit of a palate cleanser. So, yeah. Thanks, y'all. Peace out.